Puppy shenanigans. Little puppy decided that he was gonna try to steal her toy. And so rather than doing anything about it, she decided she would bark at me to do something about it. Apparently the dogs have discovered politics. Scary thing. Next they'll be making up policies that make up no sense and allowing reality star people to take over. In the world. I'm not really sure if a carrot can become president. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And everyone just leaves because they realize they're not getting their paycheck that month. That makes sense. Pretty low value fight. He only went up to 3. Now, I'm not going to take Orem just yet. It's a weird thing, because at this point, there's kind of this, this weird change where one of these fights will end up getting rid of the boat. The timed event of sorts. These ones are just kind of side quests, so they don't really count towards ninjas. There's an all-monster map. Also, really amazing music. But they're just kind of hanging out here, we just have to walk by. But there's a crystal dragon. Also, I forgot that they have the fortune down here. So you do have a type of fortune every time. Apparently everyone's got the same one. Huh. Okay. Some people are luckier than others. Yeah, they kind of have like a random luck stat attached to them at the start of each fight. Actually, I think it's just the start of each day. Yeah, so crystal dragons, pretty sweet. It's just kind of like another rare dragon. Just like that other guy was a rare demonic-looking thing, and this guy's just a rare dragon. Fortunately, he's not Seath, he's got all his scales. As before, monsters are a bigger problem than before, but these ones are dragons. So dragons, despite being flippin' dragons, as long as you keep them at a distance, they can't really do anything. They don't have any long-range attacks. Cyclopes are flimsy enough to not really have that problem. What is going on with this dog? Guess she misses her mom. Hydra over here, another dragon thing. So, just in general, everything here can be killed off at a distance. You don't really have to worry about the whole of them running up and turning out to have a grenade launcher up their nose, that type of situation they have with the octopi. Like, for how much they sucked in other games, they are friggin' beastly in this one. Friggin' krakens and crap are terrifying. Those aren't even the upgraded versions, is the crazy part. once you start getting Krakens and things, and well, frankly, their abilities aren't too much different. Their stats just become disgusting. And up here and snipe. That's what being cheap's all about. And I guess that might have just been one of the subconscious reasons I liked using this run. Like, I like when the limitations are just right, that you kind of can justify being cheesy as crap. And once you get all your kill moves and everything, and really the kill moves are the thing that make the difference. Not even so much the other skills. So much so that I think probably playing without proficiency skills makes this game a lot more balanced. Actually, I think that completely fixes the balance now that I think about it. Those are what overcomes all the weather effects. Those are... those are what end up overcoming all kinds of weird terrain effects and things like that. Yeah. While we're playing without proficiencies, just balances out the game. And maybe they were a last-minute inclusion or something. At some point I wish I could figure out or get access to some kind of like development diary of this game. I'll be curious how it all came about. Well, probably like many Square Enix things, the answer will be more along the lines of, oh, well, it was a Japanese developer, they won't tell you jack, haha, goodbye. What you got is what you got, we won't talk to anybody. Yeah, so now the whole killing stuff at a distance thing works a hell of a lot better when stuff actually gets stuck to the ground. Turns out. Well, it's time for Plan B on the Charmin Everybody front. Ideally, I need to get binds on each of these. Can't really even hope to get a decent shot on the gremlin without having everybody firing at once. Same thing with the fairy. So current plan, bind dragons, try to turn the humanoid guys, and just, I guess, shoot at anything left over? Maybe not. Now everyone needs to scatter. Try not to blow through any paradigm shifts for this clear juncture. Alright, I have to hope that they just will ignore him down here. Not too much I can do to help him. By the way, I'm well aware that I'm attacking from the front a lot. Mostly it's for the sake of ranging them out as much as possible. I mean, my odds are only going to improve maybe 20-30%. I'm going around to the front and just leaving them open to get pelted a bunch. Instead, let me try binding some of these guys to the ground. As if that'll ever work. Just doesn't want to let me have hits. Angry druggie to the top. But the definition of parry is, yes, that hit was a hit. Except I made it not a hit. Alright, changed my mind. I need to take some second shots. Maybe I'll just buy 99 of those. I can actually afford it now. Sure. Alright, are you gonna stumble, miss, or parry? None of them. Okay. I just want to say Canopus and Olivia are kind of becoming the new flanking couple here. And for once, I'm actually glad about a parry and a block. Couldn't have worked out any better. And these blow dart guns are basically the epitome of crowd control technology. Not only does it stop everyone, it turns them against each other. Beautiful. Double beautiful. What's this one? Is that Crystal Dragon? I don't think you can even recruit him is the weird thing. He just kind of runs away. I think I did try to recruit him. On the, kind of doing every single class type of run that I did. I needed to get every type of dragon. I was trying to get the Neb. Ended up actually dropping that project halfway through because I had gone through the thing to get her in the GBA game. She's a better mage character. Not exactly worth spending 100 hours on. If you happen to be looking at this and you don't know what you have to do, they expect you to go, and I think it's like you have to catch 14 of every dragon. You have to find them, and each type, but each and every single freaking type of dragon and hydra, you have to catch them all, lower their health to nothing, convince them to join your side, sell them, then apparently buy their corresponding orbs from the store. You're already putting forth a ridiculous amount of time into random battles and putting a bunch of cash into actually buying all this stuff. Again, I don't know if it's just that the orbs become available. I do know the stakes are really useful because they're moderate increase the strength permanently. You can make somebody impossibly strong. So you go through all that, and that's actually just step one. So after you've spent like 3 months or whatever getting all this done, then you go back, you go to this hell dungeon that's on the way here. You go in there, and do yourself a little grinding. You apparently needed 50 or something glass pumpkins, which are a rare drop from one very specific enemy only on specific floors of that crap. Okay, so you get them. And then you have to go and sell all of those to her, and then apparently after that she finally joins you. Level 1. So then you have to go back and do like 30 frickin' battles, which I guess should just seem like a minute, but... Need all those extra battles to finally level her up to her class, at which point you find out she actually didn't really come with very many spells you're supposed to learn. So then you go through all the extra effort to those. So if you wanted unbelievable amounts of grinding for a single, slightly better character, there you go! You got your goal right there. I mean, I kind of figured, since on that particular day, it happened to... not even that particular day, that particular week, happened to be doing a lot of traveling, it was a vacation type of situation. I don't know what it was, I mean, I had functionally just like a few weeks, and I basically did nothing. Several years ago when the game had just come out. Well, I guess a little bit into it. Yeah, I just couldn't stomach it. Tried so much to get into that, and I couldn't. Too stupid. Like, it was a painfully stupid unlock process. Oh, no reeking meatballs, by the way. He's just got a move that punches somebody's MP out of their brain. Hilarious. What happens when Cupid accidentally kills people? How did Cupid come up with almost? Better explain that. They're actually... I don't know what the lore behind Cupid is. I wonder exactly that worked. This man's gonna go here. Here I can finally get some cards. Yeah, they only increase your stats of very, very... Oh, what do you have against Cabbage? He's new. Anyway, so... what was I saying? Okay, so they only increase them slightly. I don't think they even increase them a single point. In terms of their base stats. But over time, they'll add up pretty quickly. And your base stats are what end up determining your odds of actually successfully crafting something, so they've got a little bit of usefulness. And in general, apparently it's just like a multiplier. Either a multiplier or just flat added to it. Really not the best system of doing it, but if it works, it works. And really, it's not the worst of the bizarre systems in this. Once you get into a fight, it's fine. Everything's locked in, and I do like that feeling. When you get into a fight, you don't use an FFT, for example, you don't suddenly level up partway through the fight and get one of your really good levels where you get +1 speed, and then suddenly you're, like, let's say some character on the other side gets a couple levels, and you suddenly get that extra point of speed and wreck everything. So if you don't have that, that's nice. Kind of nice. I do like the sharing the XP with everyone kind of situation at the end. Wish they would have kept individual levels. Really about it. Just too much to manage. Like, slightly too much. I like dealing with a lot of stuff to manage. But it's like... kind of... Okay, a good example of too much to manage... friggin' Long War. There's a lot to manage, but it's just slightly short of too much. And everything ends up being fine. And this takes it just a little teeny bit too far. Mostly because when you end up looking through the skill trees, since a lot of them are fairly similar, kind of this odd thing where at the same time there isn't enough customization, but there's also really kind of too much. I guess is putting it, but it's there isn't enough variety for one thing. So there's maybe a dozen unique ones, let's say. At least let's say on average like 5 of them up to like a dozen unique ones. For goodness sake, dog, why are you whining at me? You make no sense. You're fine. Everyone's fine. Here's the neighbor or something, goes nuts. Okay, so at the same time, yeah, you've got like a crap ton of them to the point where it's almost comical how long the list is. But so many of them are just kind of general buffs to stuff or general utility things. So there's not even a point in having a lot of them as skills. Like, let's say Field Alchemy, for example. Why would you not want anyone to use items? It's just always useful, you can put as many of them as you want in there. It's really good. It's just something you'd figure everybody would always be able to do. And then instead you have to specifically train them, and specifically have them ready to use said items. If it's a Murden that ends up losing one. Yeah, so stuff like Field Alchemy, Strengthen, Fortify, they feel really bizarre as skills, Strengthen and Fortify, because their systems are really weird. Like, it's kind of like doubling down on a bet. Again, just, it feels like a bet. Kind of feels like a bet of like, okay, I think I'm maybe stronger than that guy, so I'm gonna bet one of my skill slots for the sake of being able to prove it. Balance, not. Everyone's got their different opinions. Seemed like the universal opinion was, yes, it's stupid to have those. There's other ones like HP up and stuff, and those are alright. They're fine as they are. Stuff like Tactician's pretty cool. It ups your tactical point recovery, or your generation more so than recovery. It's really, I would say, more like an adrenaline system than it is anything tactical. I don't think you store up your tactical brain. And around now is when you really want to have a trained up Dragoon. They'll just go around two-shotting these things. Well, anything that's classed as a dragon or beast. But okay, so yeah, what I was getting at earlier, they do have some cool ones in specifically for the way they did the road, for example. You can put down cards as traps. I mean, that, I guess it's not useful, but it's pretty cool. Nothing for... I think there's one battle in which anyone uses fight. And that's the one that you save Alziston from. But apparently he doesn't want to show up, so... that's not happening. Yeah, they've got a backstab move on the rogues. Those are pretty cool. They run up behind somebody, I think they get triple damage or something. Speed Star, which is just kind of an auto haste on yourself. That's also a free turn. All that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that kind of stuff that's pretty useful. So I was thinking, kind of just trying to run with only using those particular skills. And just kind of work that into what I just ended up calling the XCOM run. In which I was thinking lately to probably replace the original choice I had, which was... I was gonna have the basic soldiers as the assaults, but then have the rogues as that instead. They have that backstab. Just an idea. Almost done here. Cyclops for now. But you can. I was suggested to do a beast run, and definitely considering it. They've got some cool skills in there. You know, it's kind of funny now that I think about it. There's all these beast classes that, of all of them, the octopi do end up using their skills really well. These other ones that can't really seem to figure it out, like running up and doing buffs on themselves and stuff like that, instead of actually attacking somebody. Like, I've seen a bunch of times where they'll just run straight into like 2 drinking and a gallon of hammer. Like, no, I need to make him slightly weaker to fire. They'll take like 5 extra damage next turn, and then they die. And they're sitting there wondering, where did I go wrong? Spooky stuff, this game. Murden and Cabbage are probably losing a life. Still okay with that. As long as no one's permadying. The loyalty gets a little screwed up afterwards. Not that I can blame him, the leader's just kind of sitting out there, not really doing much. He needs to get his levels, for reasons that the game won't really explain. Maybe there's a chance for Merton not to get his turn. Turns it. Alright. Good job, you did your buff and debuff. So intimidating. Kind of funny how many times they'll do that move though and not attack. Like at least that time he attacked and it kind of makes sense. Even though he doesn't actually... Well, he doesn't have enough points to attack with his light stuff. Weak in this fight. Alto's losing life. Or no, wait, then Alto's just dead. What happens when your stuff doesn't proc? Oh yeah! Crystal stuff counts as an extra. For some reason. Alacrity. I think it's another one, just the basic +5 skill ones. Alacrity, yeah, slightly raises agility. Almost died, didn't they? Alright, whatever, that's it for today anyway. Nah. Took a lot longer than I thought.